Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So, surprise, surprise, it is not Melanie Hall. It is Lambert. And it is Tuesday night, our team talk tonight with Miss Kat. Her and I are here. We're here every week, aren't we, Kat? Every week. Come and see us. If you're watching the recording, thank you for watching the recording. Come see us. If you are around and available in the evenings, pop on. We want to see you. So tonight, Melanie is at her multi-hostess show, and she's not quite home yet. So we're going to take this and run with it. Those of you that don't know, one day I'll have Melanie talk about her multi-hostess show. So just imagine for a moment partying one night and closing like 5 parties all in one night, like done, right? So cool. So that's what Melanie does. It's the first Tuesday of every month. She has a multi-hostess show at a bowling alley. They have like a catering room in the back, and multiple hostesses bring their people, and they each sit at their own table. So each table is a party, and she does one big presentation for the whole group, and everybody sniffs and places their orders, and she closes each of the parties all in one night done. So it's brilliant. It's brilliant, wonderful. If you have a place where you can kind of make that happen, and I think if you are creative and do some asking around, you probably could find a place pretty easily, and start inviting some hostesses to bring their people. You could do that too. Have all your parties done in one night, done every month. Not to say you couldn't do more than that, but how cool to have at least that, right? Yeah. Especially if you're short on time and you're a busy person, you got a lot going on. One night a month. Schedule it. Invite everybody.
It's actually quite fun. I've actually been there to help Mel with it a few times.
Yeah, and it's a great way to train team. When you have team members, they can come help you out, and you can do the presentation. They can watch you. It has so many different benefits to it. So, yeah, so she's out with that. So we are here holding down the fort, chatting with you guys. And this week I want to talk about summer.
Yay!
I am right smack in the middle of summer. And I know most of you in Maine are counting down the days on the school calendar, which changes life for everybody. I mean, whether you've got kids in school or not, basically life runs around the school calendar, because if activities and things weren't busy, they are now, because kids are out of school, and everybody plans their vacations around kids' calendars, and your hostesses and customers are going to be scheduling their lives around their kids' calendars. So whether you've got kids or not, the school summer, it affects our business. It affects the way we do business. It affects how we work, when we work, and when our customers and hostesses and how they want to do business with us. So I think it's important to think about. A lot of people talk about summer months being slower, and I think they don't have to be. They don't have to be slower. They don't have to be, downtime. Don't think of them so much as taking a break. Just think about how you have to do things differently. That's all. So it's really important, because summer is the time. Now is the time, the summer months, to book your fall. And the momentum you create now during the summer will push you into a fall season that will be amazing. But if you don't do that work in the summertime and you just take a break and do nothing, then come fall, you've got to rev up again. And it's that much harder. So if you are booking your fall now and you're creating some momentum and excitement now, people will be like really raring to go come fall. So there's lots going on in the summertime. Scentsy gives us a lot of things to work with. We have our new summer collection, which I just received and is amazing. The scents are awesome. I love them. I really like them a lot. Like I have to place another order. We have Bring Back My Bars coming up for July. August is traditionally 10% off month, because it's the last month of the spring summer catalog, so you get discounts with the fall catalog coming right up in September. So we also have our Join in June promotion with the free Scentsy Goes for people that sign up right now. So We have our incentive trip to Mexico that everybody is still working for and pushing for. There's still a month and a half to go, so there's still lots of time. So there's a lot of things that we can work with, a lot of things that we can use in the summer to use as excuses to talk to customers and hostesses, for hostesses to have parties with that summer collection. Bring Back My Bar. Everybody wants to sniff all the Bring Back My Bars, so host a party, invite your friends, let's sniff them all. So we have a lot of things to work with, and we've got to get some momentum building, and anything you do in the summer, like any parties that I have in summer, I will be looking to book parties for fall. So those are my like jumping off point diving boards into the fall. But I find that schedules are different in the summer. Do you find that, Kat?
Yes.
Your schedule different in the summer, and our hostesses and customer schedules are different too. So for your own business, I think it's real important for me. I had to sit down and really think about kids' schedules. I had to think about my schedule, family schedule, hubby's schedules, and plot all that in, and then look at it and say, okay, what time do I have? And it may not be, the full hours that I had before. It may not be large chunks of time like it was before, because we're going in so many different directions in the summertime. It may be a 15-minute block where I can say, okay, I've got 15 minutes to myself, and what am I going to do with that? And how am I going to best use that time to work my business? Maybe it's that you only have 1 or 2 days a week instead of 3 or 4 days a week where you might work your business a little bit. Now you only have 1 or 2 days. So I think it's real important to take some time and communicate with your family, and everybody sit together, whoever's in the household, and say, okay, look, I could work my business. You guys have all this stuff going on. We've got all these things we want to do, these fun summer things, and we want to go to the beach, and we want to be outside, and we want to do all these things. But we got to fit in the Scentsy stuff somewhere so we can make money to pay for all that fun stuff, right? And to really communicate with everybody to find out, when can I focus on my business, right? I need this hour in the morning, or I need this hour in the evening, or I need this 20 minutes, or maybe it's this 1 day a week where you guys leave me alone so I can do what I need to do 1 day a week. Whatever that is for you and your family, I think it's important to communicate and have that conversation with the household so that everybody knows what the expectations are. And I think that resolves a lot of conflict sometimes along the way. Do you find that sometimes, Kat?
Well, I don't have too much conflict since it's just me, myself, and I.
Oh, my, you're lonesome. So, but with everything that goes on in the summer, you want to go out and do fun things in the summer?
Oh, yeah.
The weather is warm and you want to get outside. Do you have to be more careful about picking out a day or a time that you're say, okay, I've got to focus?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Plus vacations, and I actually have my North Carolina family is going to be home the end of this month through the 4th. So,
and that's hard too. When people come on vacation,
yeah,
like I'm not on vacation, so I have to still get my stuff done.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, what might take me 6 hours while Christopher was in school, I'm now going to consolidate into a 1 hour period of time each day, which means I've got to be really careful about what I'm spending my time on.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of things, Kat, can you share that you think are probably the first things that we should focus on when we're looking to be the most effective in using our time?
Follow-up, obviously, is a very important thing so that we can not only generate more orders and increase our PRV each month, but also to talk to them about possibly booking parties within the next month, 2 months, 3 months.
Yes, I think so too. So follow up in the summer, and even if they're not ready to party or to book or to order or anything like that, keeping yourself front of their mind through the summer so that when the fall settles in again and they are ready, you're right there in the front of your mind and they haven't forgotten about you because you've been gone for 4 months, right? So I think it's really important to follow up not only with your current customers and hostesses, but also with everybody so that you're kind of right there in front of mine, letting them know, hey, I know it's summer, but fall's right around the corner. It's coming, it's coming. Make sure they know that you are there when they're ready. The other thing, using those fringe moments, you've really got to be effective. So follow-up is one. Maven is a huge, huge way to help with that. And cut that even follow-up time can be cut down, right? I was on the boat last Sunday on my dad's boat. We just went out real quick. And I had 7 Mavens, and I sat there while he was pulling the boat and the ropes and everything. I did all my follow-ups right on Maven. Boop, 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 boop. 7 people I had followed up with in the 5 minutes it took them to tie the ropes and get everything squared away. So Maven can be a great way to take your business with you when you go to do all that fun stuff and to still get a few things done.
Yeah, I'm really loving Maven too.
Yeah. So following up, checking in with people, booking parties, keeping things rolling, always thinking about booking, always checking in with people. I think that's if you're not sure what to do, that's what you need to do, right? A lot of the other things that we like to do with our business, making samples, creating little packets. So I've made little packets for my neighbors with little samples and just a note in it from me just to say hello to my neighbors. That's a great thing to do to find new customers and connect with people in your neighborhood. But it takes some time. So if you have a larger block of time, great. If not, a great way to incorporate the family or hire some help. So if you've got kids, they can help out with little stuff like that, making samples, labeling things, putting little packets together, making samples, I think. Whatever it is, a lot of that fun stuff that kind of takes more time that isn't necessarily immediately income producing. If you really are feeling the need to do some of that, kids are great. You can pay them and write it off on your taxes. You can say you paid them and write teenagers need money anyway. You're going to give them cash to go do stuff. You might as well make them work for it. The little ones can do stuff, and then you're not feeling like you're not spending time with them, which is great. Maybe you have a friend that needs some free Scentsy and can't afford it. Invite them over. Let them help you with some of that stuff. They may turn into your next recruit. If they're coming over and hanging out and playing with Scentsy and pretending to be a consultant by making samples and putting packets together, they may find joy in that. They may get excited and really start thinking about maybe joining your team. Becca Levi talks about inviting potential recruits to her house to do her dishes and to clean her house. And while they did that, she talked on the phone to all the people about all the wonderful things going on with Scentsy so that they could be hearing and listening to all the things that she was saying to these people while they were cleaning her house. So she was getting it all done at the same time. You got to be smart and creative, right? If you've got some people, invite them over. Invite your team over. You guys can do stuff together and share the work, right? Share the workload and do some bonding. So find your time. Communicate with your family so that everybody knows when you'll be working and when you're not. And you can feel like now is work time and I don't have to feel guilty about not being with family, or now it's family time and I don't have to feel guilty about not doing work. So that's really important in the summertime. You've got to have fun family time as well. In the summer especially, I think. There's time to do work stuff and there's time to do family stuff. And when it is family time, make sure you're focused and you really are engaged in family time, right? And then when it's time to work, you can tell your family, okay, I did the fun stuff, now I got to do the work stuff. But be efficient with your time and do the things that are going to make a big difference in your business. Use Scentsy's promotions and things that they've given us to use those, right, to keep things going and to create that momentum into fall. But mostly know that it's okay that your business is probably not going to look the same in the summer as it does some of the rest of the year. Like, it's just not. And just be okay with that. You make sure you're still setting your goals, though. Don't just forget it. It's the summer. I'm just not going to. It's important to set goals for the summer as well. Maybe they're not as ambitious as they might be in November, but you still need to have them there so that you can stay focused and you stay consistent through the summer and you don't lose that motivation and that stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What else, Kat? Did I miss anything? Should I talk about something else? Do you have any questions about summer, or can you think of anything, challenges or ideas that you might share?
Well, I saw something in passing on Facebook today, something about promotion from Scentsy for the bungalow and 3 bars that
Did not see that.
people could sign up, and they're going to pick, I don't remember how many now. Haven't had a chance to go back and look at it, but it's going to be several winners.
Oh, a little contest?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And they've got to like the page or the picture and follow Scentsy on something, and I think comment.
Here we go. Summer collection giveaway.
Yep, that's it.
Now through June 18th. Let me find it. You and your customers can enter to win a Beach Bungalow Warmer, a Beach Daisy Bar, which is my favorite. I love that one. Life is Swell and Pink Promenade Scentsy bars. $78 value, not to mention your chance to experience a seacoast getaway of the senses. To enter, check out Summer Collection Giveaway on the Scentsy Instagram page or the Scentsy Facebook page, and follow the 3 simple steps. Tell your customers the same. Open to residents 18 years of age or older. For complete rules, click here. So go to your news tab on the workstation. It has some information about it, and then go find the Scentsy Facebook or Scentsy Instagram pages and enter, because you and your customers can enter.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a great thing to be sharing with people and being like, hey, look what they're doing. And just to engage and to check in and bring you front of mind and all of that kind of stuff. Have a little bit of fun.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely.
really cool. I didn't even see that today. Look at you.
I just happened to see it in passing.
Staying right on top of things, Kat. Love it.
Well, sometimes I am. I haven't had the chance to check it out in detail yet because I just got home a few minutes ago. So,
speaking of the news tab, so those of you that haven't checked your news tab lately, it's a good habit to have. You really should be checking your news tab. I'd like to say daily, but if you're sort of a hobbyist, perhaps weekly at least. But if you're really working this as a business, you really should be looking at it daily. There's so much always going on, and the news tab is going to tell you the most up-to-date information about what's happening, what's sold out, what's come out new. There's a great interview with Heidi and Orville. If you want to get to know Heidi and Orville or get to know Scentsy corporate or what's going on up there, that's a great interview to watch. So I would encourage you all to check out the news tab. There's links for that there, as well as the contests and all the new stuff. Lots of stuff. It's exciting. All right, what else? Anything else about summer? I know in summertime people worry about the heat and their wax. I used to too. It's so funny how I worried more about the heat when I lived in Maine than I do here in Florida. Maybe it's because I deal with it all year and it's not just a seasonal thing that I'm just, you know, in the winter you don't have to think about it at all, and in the summer you're like overly protective of your wax. But what I found in Florida, because like I said, we're in the heat every day, our wax is a little more resilient than we thought. Now, that said, don't be leaving it in your car for hours on end. It may get a little liquidy. But I have very often just thrown a blanket over my bars so they weren't directly in the sun and gone into the store and grabbed groceries and come back and it's fine. I have put my bars in a little cooler in my car and went to Disney all day long and left it in a hot parking lot and it was fine. So I don't, like, it'll be fine. Now, those of you that don't have air conditioning in your home and it does get warm consistently for long periods of time and days, I know there are a few weeks in Maine where that happens, storing things flat is important, because if they're up straight and they sweat or they start to get soft, then the oils are going to drip out and that's a mess. But if you store them flat, whether they get a little soft or not, they're going to be fine. When it cools off again, they'll solidify. It'll be good to go. So, so you definitely want to coach hostesses to not leave testers and things in their car. But I have found that for the most part, wax is pretty resilient.
On my last show on the go that I just closed last week, I actually had put a note in the bag, and taped it onto my bag of testers that I had in there. Please don't leave me in hot places because I may melt.
Yes.
She thought that was cute. And I put a little smiley face on it. So.
Well, and the other thing, you don't want them to leave the testers in the car because then they're not sharing them with anybody.
That's right.
So if you are overly coaching them to do not leave this anywhere and take it with you everywhere you go, then more people are going to see it. So that's another reason.
Yeah.
Kind of trick them into taking it. It's always my excuse. I know. I take my big old basket of bars in somewhere. I go, well, it's hot out there. I can't leave it in my car. And they go, oh, yeah.
Another thing for summer is we've got the fairs coming up, too.
So that is unique to Maine and New England. We don't have any fairs down here in the summer.
Do you have any at all?
Our fairs are in the winter.
Well, there.
But yes, fair season. I know a lot of people, Melanie has the Skowhegan Fair. Usually there are some slots open for team members. So if you're interested in doing that, keep your eye on those dates. And several other people too will get fair dates. And oftentimes the fairs are longer than one person can handle on their own. So it's a great way to team up and share the load and learn from each other. Even if you don't go to get sales or anything like that, just go and learn and see how it works or how somebody might run things. It can be a great learning experience.
Yep.
But fairs are a great way to get some new customers and meet some new people, for sure.
Absolutely.
A lot of our team members have come from fairs. So, what else? Summertime. Summertime, barbecues. People are out and about doing. Always have stuff with you. Right? Your time is limited. You don't have time to just sit down and do work. So take it with you. Take it to barbecues. Take a basket of wax. I'm sorry, I just happened to have this with me and I can't leave it in my car, so I brought it in and it's there, and then people will get curious and they're sitting around anyway, so they'll want to sniff, I promise. You never know when you walk out of there with several orders, probably. You just never know. So take stuff with you. Always have things available. Gifts, if you have parties or whatever, give gifts. I know my scent crates that I have started have become a great gifting opportunity that I didn't think about before. But I've had a few birthdays and just different things that I needed a quick small gift for, and I said, oh, I have an extra scent crate. I'll just wrap that up. So that can be another great way to gift to people.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with that yet. I just can't seem to wrap my head around it and get motivated to do it.
It is an undertaking for sure, and slow to build, but build it nonetheless. So, all right, what else for summer? Can you think of anything else, Kat? I think the biggest message for summer is to just remember to keep going. You've got to keep going. You got to keep talking to people. You got to keep following up. You got to keep the momentum. And
just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming all season long. It's not a time to just take a break. Because if you do that, you'll regret it later. It's a lot easier to keep going than it is to start over.
Yeah.
Right, Christopher? It's a lot easier to keep going than to start over. So, take a look at your schedule, find the times, set aside some time for yourself that you can focus, even if it's just a few minutes, as opposed to a few hours. Like before, you may have been thinking hours or days before. Now you're thinking in terms of minutes. Use your fringe hours, your fringe minutes, and and do those effective income producing activities that are going to continue to create momentum for you through the season until you can get back on a real schedule.
Yeah.
But just keep going. Remember, every little bit helps. Every little bit, like, you never know. And a lot of times you'll have conversations or talk to people and nothing will come of it now, but it will come later. And it's because you had the conversations now that will happen later. Mm-hmm. And even if it feels like nothing is going on and nothing is happening, trust that if you keep going and you keep planting the seeds and you keep having the conversations, that down the road, those will start to manifest as everybody else starts to get into a more regular routine as well. So, so just keep swimming.
Yes.
All right. Well, it is 9 o'clock. Quick half hour.
Yep.
Is that what we're supposed to do? I don't even know.
Half hour, 45 minutes.
It's just the two of us. If we had more people, we could chit chat a little longer, but whatever.
But I think we covered things well.
I think so. So, yeah. So keep working through the summer and have some fun. Take your stuff with you.
Yeah.
And those of you that are going to California, we'll see you there.
Have a blast.
We'll see you next week anyway. We'll see everybody Tuesday next week.
Yes.
I believe, what's today? Today's the 12th. I believe Nicole Cooley is leading our meeting next week. So we'll have some new faces. That will be fun.
Cool.
I have no idea what she's talking about yet, but
we'll find out Tuesday.
We'll find out on Tuesday. All right, everybody, let me find the controls here. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for joining us and watching the recording. And bye for now.